Sorry about that, y'all. I hope everybody is doing how and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for love and support. I'm so glad that even through these times of transition and social distance, it you can just give that upliftment and good vibes. It's like so many of us are going through different things in life, and really it's taking a turn for the better, even though when it seems like things are surrounding is bad. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very uplifting to you, informative, give you good vibes that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that, currently going through some things right now and just needing spiritual guidance or needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give it a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Y'all don't know what's wrong with my daggone eyelid is like slowed down a little bit. So I hope you are able to resonate with the content of my video. The music that I'm listening to, hold on, y'all. Uh, Sorry about that. The music that I'm listening to in the background is called Music to Attract Abundance, Prosperity to Your Life, and Golden Energy. And I hope, I'm gonna post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, you have always been the light that you were looking for in the tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, you have, a lot of times we can go through so many different changes in our life, and it just feels like, life is just messed up, in some kind of daggone way. And, you could be going through some, I guess that's was just the angle because now it doesn't look as bad. That was like messing with my eye. But, going through different things, and changes in our life, even when you read numbers, when you're looking at the synchronicities to get that assistance from the powers that be. A lot of times they say, things are either slowing down or stopping, and the change that you may go through, it may seem confusing, but it'll come evident, later on down your path. And it's true. A lot of times we have to go through these crazy situations, and you may feel like you're lost in transition or lost in translation. How things are being so heavy. Why do I not understand? Why can't I get a clearer sign as why is certain things taking place in my life? Why are certain things like this so heavy? Why does it has to be so dark? I've been going through so many different changes, and it's all about how you decide to look at the change within itself. Because a lot of times we are not comfortable with change. We are not comfortable with transformation, even though it's an inevitable thing to happen in our lives that is truly needed, especially if you know that you're trying to do different things in your life that you have not done before. That spiritual awakening will have you opening up to a whole new world that you weren't even conscious about. So it's just like all these different things just taking place. It's just a fact. I was supposed to do videos. This is my first time ever doing videos at what? It's like a little bit after midnight. I don't never do videos this late. And it was like my vibration off of my third eye was bad. It was bad. I could not, even though I was trying to force myself to open up the spirit or whatever to get whatever words they wanted me to speak on today. But it was like there were so many different signs to tell me, hey, uh, allow yourself to recharge. It's not time for you to do it yet. And I love what I do, and that tells you love what you do, because when you're able, there's so many times I deny myself to recharge. I keep moving, and then it was like, no, because when I'm forced to do things my way and then the universe tell me something else, they're gonna put you down anyway. So I had to allow myself to go to sleep because it was just like I felt so much vibration. I went and took a long walk today and just be alone in my thoughts and just allow, that frequency to just go through, that was needed. It felt so good out here today. It was like about 68 degrees, almost, yeah, 68 to 72 degrees where I'm at. And it felt really good and I was just having fun. But it was like all of a sudden I just started doing things that I've never done. I had this walking stick and I'd be laughing because I said, I think it was Lazarus. It had that, to part the Red Sea. I always take my stick with me just in case because we got wild dogs. I love animals, but them things got teeth. So I got my stick in place. You never know how folks can be around you. So, but it was like when I was carrying my stick, I started doing some Jet Li, Jackie Chan type stuff. Just started twirling the thing. It was like I was a foot soldier that did. I know a couple of karate moves and stuff like that because I do kickboxing and stuff like that back in the day. But this is something I've never done before. And it's just like ever since this portal has popped open, it's like so many different things is giving me like a broader perspective on how to look at things. Because a lot of times it's like you go through different changes and you know what it feels like to not have that, well, we have it, that guidance that's needed. But a lot of times when we go through so many different situations in life, we feel like we're on our own, we're doing this on ourselves. Why the hell it has to feel like this? I'm tired of this situation, I'm tired of this. But you have to allow yourself to know when you're tired, you're going to allow yourself to make that change that keeps sending towards your way that you're needed. Because it's like they're helping you with assistance, but a lot of times we fight the inevitable. We fight what we need to look at that we choose to ignore. And that's why things seem so hard, because if you're allowing yourself not to look at that change as a positive thing that is taking place in your life, it's going to be hard. Because a lot of times we don't understand, you have that power to change. You have the power to allow yourself to walk away from, toxic thoughts, or, you know, um, just being able to allow yourself to know these things happen for the better. When I first started my spiritual awakening and find out the things that I found out about myself, it was like people I was really close to in my life, that I've known for years. And, we still had an open line of communication then. But as soon as the truth came out about me, about, my life and stuff that I really didn't tell them, some of them got offended, like, Roslynn, we've been friends for years and you would never tell me this. But it was like just being the way I grew up was very, it was a lot. So I just didn't like talking about stuff like that. And I always tell my friends, there are certain things I didn't tell you about, just like there are certain things you haven't told me about. And they just thought since I was a chatty catty, I done told them everything about myself. And I said, no, there are certain things my kids didn't even know. So it's just like when I did come out and say that, they all of a sudden, friends weren't friends anymore. And that really hurt me. And it's just like when I'm dealing with this situation, I've always been there for them when they needed that ear, just needed some friendly advice or whatever, because they know I never sugarcoat anything. So it's like when this situation came on to me, and I'm just like, why are these people turning their back on me? I was there with them when they needed me most. Now, when I'm needing it, I don't have that type of, reinforcement. So it was just like really hard, trying to find the guidance that I needed, especially with somebody who I didn't know that was that strongly spirited, like that, spiritually gifted. So going through all that, I had to allow myself to know they didn't turn their back on you. God turned their back on them because they were there when they were supposed to be. Now they're no longer needed. This is something that is going to be something new for you. You're going to be able to see different things. I'm opening your eyes towards a whole world that you did not see before. You've been blind, you've been asleep. Those things scare folks. So it's like all the things that has taken place in my life. I'm just like, wow. I'm not sad about anything because it's like, before that portal opened, it felt like all hell broke loose. I mean, I was ready to go off on everybody, people coming at me stupid. I just couldn't deal with it. It's just like, man, I would have never thought, especially when, the things that I was going through, I really never thought it would happen, especially if it was somebody that, I really cared about. But then I had to allow myself to see if it happened that way, it was supposed to happen that way. Everything has reason for happening that way, even if it hurts you to the core. And a lot of times you have to make those decisions that that is right, but it will hurt you to the core. If they're sending you signs like telling you, hey, you need to reevaluate your circle and the company you keep, you need to allow yourself to be quiet and just watch and see how things move around you, that you need to observe instead of absorb. Allow yourself to not place emotions in transitions that had to take place that is going to be better for you down the line. Because a lot of times we have this habit, especially with us being empaths, want to feel like we got to take care of everybody, or everybody got to go along that way. If universe don't want them in your life, they will clearly make sure of that. I've had people that matter of fact, I just did videos the other day and saying, there were certain people I was involved with before that, I had to allow that, I had to make that decision like, okay, this one is too toxic. And it's like they about to get you caught up in something that you don't really need to be in. And this that is not even your fight. There are certain things you have to, you were being there for that person, and you were that person they needed to get over certain things in their life. But now it's like you're no longer needed there. So you need to go. And, they're starting to come back. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't need you in my life like that. They don't want you in my life like that. So I'm allowing myself to make peace. And it's just like now, since all the changes are in my life, I'm more comfortable being very anti. It's not like I don't really want to talk to anybody, but if it's like, if you got questions or concern about your spiritual path, or you trying to understand something, or you're sending me knowledge like I send you, that's a whole different story. But as on something like, your person you hang out with or whatever, it's like that's not my time right now. Even though it's like people are like, Roslynn, you want to have, no, I'm good. If it's not with my children or my grandbaby, I just don't deal with it. I'd rather just, if I talk to people, through YouTube, or just talk to them on the side, like, I have friends that, hit me up on Messenger, and they're sharing different things that has happened, or their knowledge with me about the change that's taking place in their life. That's the only time I really talk to people. So I'm very, I've been practicing social distancing before they even started taking that out. So I've been always introverted. Change had to take place. And a lot of times for you to be able to understand yourself on that deep level, you have to isolate yourself. When they're isolating you, they're preparing you for your elevation. What is it? Elevation in life. For that to happen, and you have to be able to understand why certain things were the way they were. Why certain things had to take place the way it did, even though you may not understand it at that time. This is something that was going to better your life, because a lot of times you don't see what's happening when you're not around. You don't see what kind of situations maybe a person that's in your circle maybe doing behind your back. And a lot of times you feel like, especially if you're in karmic situations, you get mad because, you're tired of being in that situation and you're just ready to go. And why does the situation got to make sure that everything is cut off? Like the universe will make sure that everything is cut off, so you have no choice but to deal with that situation. Learn yourself in that situation, not change it, but have that situation change you. And it's like with everything that has been taking place from my entire life until now, I mean, I'm very blessed for it. Even though it hurt me to the core of the things that I've gone through, it taught me a lot lesson of value that I need to learn about myself, that will enhance me, how I do things, how I be able to articulate myself, how I can be able to go about things and learn the lessons that I learned from tragic situations, that I can prepare myself for something when I start seeing the same signs that I saw before, and they come up again. I can stop it before it even happens. A lot of time we feel like, why did this have to happen that way? But yeah, it could be messed up or whatever, but you never know what kind of wreck you were aiming towards before that happened. So it's just like going through all these things, you have to prepare yourself, and they want you to be able to know you have always been that light that you have constantly looked for. You know, you were that when you look for love, it was there. When you look for strength, it was always there. When you look for wisdom, it was always there. They always wanted you just to look and, you know, in the what is it? In ow. Y'all sorry about that. I got hair in my eye. But just going into, you know, just having to be able to look at your reflection. Everything that you look for was always inside. And a lot of times we feel like we're in dark moments that we can't get out of. Why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so confused? Because if you're focusing on the negative, you looking at your situation in a negative way, that's a lot of times that is like an ego trap. You know, just because you're not allowing yourself to see what is taking place in your life, seeing what was needed to change for better to come in. You have to be able to allow yourself to be grateful for those things. So you know, it's just like when I said these things have popped off, and I'm like really, really blessed for the change that has taken place. I can really appreciate that. Y'all, I'm about to serve this. There is a piece of hair in my freaking eye, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video, and I'm gonna come back with another one. I'm gonna give y'all a post notification shout out on the next one. But I hope you are able to resonate, like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share, you know, drop me a line. I would love to hear from you. So I will see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be wild.